Alright, what up? Welcome back to the Christmas episode of Geonections, hell yeah. And today is gonna be a very chill, relaxing episode. I don't really have to do anything because I made both the puzzle and also the daily challenge. So we're just gonna look at some locations and maybe talk about them or something. I don't know. Um, this one is Russia. I think this is just Moscow Oblast. Gen 2 is definitely very fun. I randomly found this road a couple of weeks ago. I was playing a map called a Snowy World or something like that because I was looking for snow locations. And I got this one. I was like, oh, I mean, not this one, but I got this road. And I was like, what? Like, this looks like Russia, but like, why is it Gen 2? Do I actually want to go Russia? And then, of course, it was Russia, but like, I don't think I've ever seen like Gen 2 in Russia that wasn't Tracker. So it's very rare. Like, I don't know if people are gonna go Russia on this, but I mean, with process of elimination, I mean, surely. Like, I insisted on keeping this location because Andrew was like, oh, I have some other Gen 2, like some other snow locations in Russia. Maybe we can use one of those. I was like, no, I like this one because it is Gen 2. This is US. I don't remember exactly. Maybe it's like Idaho. It's like definitely Pacific Northwest and some random like German themed town or like Christmas themed town or something. Um, but yeah, pretty cool with the Christmas decorations and the Tannenbaum Shoppy and the Nutcracker Museum. Yeah, I don't remember exactly where this was. I mean, I don't know. It was like somewhere between Washington and Idaho, I think. But yeah, I mean, maybe you can tell using the license plate. It's kind of blurry. I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe that is an Idaho plate, actually. I don't remember. This is Australia. This is like Mount Kosciuszko or whatever that mountain is called, like the largest mountain or highest mountain in Australia. Um, Definitely not something that you might go Australia on unless you've seen it. I mean, maybe you can figure out it is Australia. I mean, obviously, you should figure out that it is Australia. But yeah, this is definitely like the least obvious Australia in the puzzle. But it's pretty cool. Definitely very unconventional. Like I almost thought that Andrew might reject this location. Because it is like a little nondescript maybe. But I mean, if you've seen it, I don't know. Christmas Island, of course, very topical. And this is going to be another Australia location, obviously. This is just downtown New York City, Rockefeller Plaza. I'm pretty sure US is the easy country. I don't actually remember what the easy country is and what the medium one is. I don't know. I think this might be the easy one. But yeah, very obviously US. You have the name of the plaza. You have the flag over there. Like I was looking around New York City. Like I knew this Christmas tree existed. And I specifically checked if there was December coverage, and I found something with the Christmas tree. Because New York City gets covered very often, which is pretty cool. So there's actually a very high chance you can find locations like this. This is Veliki Ustyug in Russia. I think it's Kostroma Oblast. But yeah, Veliki Ustyug is where they say Ded Moroz lives, who is the Russian Santa Claus, and this is like his city home or something. Like if you send a letter to Ded Moroz in Russia, this is where it'll go. It's Santa's post office or something like that. And it's also not the only Veliki Ustyug location in the puzzle. But yeah, I think this was Melbourne. Like I decided that Australia had to be in the puzzle just because of Christmas Island. And then I did a bunch of Googling of like Australia, Christmas places in Australia, towns with Christmas names in Australia, Christmas attractions in Australia. Where should you go on holiday in December in Australia? Where can you celebrate Christmas in Australia? And I checked a bunch of like tourism, visit Australia kind of websites, and like I found like a bunch of things I wanted to check, but like unfortunately December coverage isn't really a thing in Australia because, like, I guess it's like the peak of winter there, of summer. I mean, I don't know, maybe too hot. I don't know. Like, I don't know how Google decides when they want to cover something. Like, it makes sense that like Yakutia is winter only because you genuinely cannot cover it in winter. Like, but like the rest of the world, I feel like it's just kind of random. But yeah. I think this is just Melbourne, like a central pedestrian street in Melbourne. I don't remember the name of the road, but I discovered that they apparently have like lots of extravagant Christmas decorations on that road every year. And luckily they have trekkers on that road, quite a few actually. So I went back to this like Gen 2 coverage. I think this is genuinely like 2011, 2012 coverage, maybe even 2010. I don't remember, but yeah, this is like the newest existing December coverage on that road. Like all of the other coverage doesn't have Christmas decorations, so it's pretty cool that this tracker exists. I think that was also one from 2009 that had Christmas decorations, but I went with the newer one, which is still Gen 2. I mean, I think the Gen 2 representation is pretty cool. Because you don't see it very often. But yeah, pretty cool. That I was actually able to find some locations in Australia. I'm sure there are many, but I am not native to Australia and I don't know the country super well. This is, I think, the only country we haven't seen yet. This is Rovaniemi in Lappi in Finland, or Lapland or whatever. They have like, like Rovaniemi is said to be like Santa's home in Finland. I've also found out that there's like a mountain on the border with Russia that is also said to be Santa's home, but there's no coverage there. But yeah, in Rovaniemi they have this kind of like Christmas theme park or something like that, or like Santa Claus home or something. And this is the Elf Hat Academy. This is not the only location from that specific theme park. I don't even know if you could call it a theme park. That's not really what it is. But yeah, pretty cool. I mean, very obviously Finland. It says Arctic Circle. I don't know if you can read anything in Finnish. Because most of the text, I mean, pretty much all of the text that you can read is in English. I don't know what it says below Arctic Circle. I can read the word mobile, maybe. Does it say that? No, I don't know. Maybe that's Finnish. I don't know. Can't read it. This is Russia. This isn't actually winter coverage, but it's snow coverage. So it's pretty cool. I think this is like April or something. Maybe April still qualifies as winter. I don't know. But this is like obviously in the Caucasus. This is like very close to Elbrus. I'm not sure if this is like Kabardina-Balkaria or like North Ossetia, Alania, but it's like one of those republics. I don't really remember. But like this is one of the two roads that go like very close to Elbrus. So yeah, like obviously I made sure that you can read some text to clearly indicate that it is Russia, but I guess even if the text wasn't here, it should be relatively obvious to someone who plays the game at least. I mean, obviously the house is very clearly Southern Russian. This is also Finland, and this is also Rovaniemi. I had a couple locations around this area, and I found this one, and I almost scrapped this one. Like, that was going to be just some, like, random snow coverage somewhere else in Finland that I wanted to include. But I was like, I'm a big fan of this location. Like, this guy has so much aura. Like, this location definitely needs to be in here. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to have, like, two very similar-looking locations in the same area. Because, like, the other location that you haven't seen yet is, like, I don't know, 100 meters away from this one. Probably less than that. So we have two like very similar looking locations, but I mean this guy was too cool not to include him. So yeah, very cool location still. This is Santa Claus, Indiana. I think it's like Holiday World. I don't know what the theme park is called. It's like Holiday Park or something like that. Holiday World. I don't know. Holiday Land. But yeah, they have some kind of Christmas themed theme park in Santa Claus, Indiana. And this is it's like kind of unconventional because it's Tracker, obviously, but I mean, it's English speaking. The architecture is obviously like European inspired, but that's because this is a theme park. So maybe that is kind of misleading, but considering that is English, you might be able to piece two and two together. This is Martin's Place in Sydney. I found out they always have some big like Christmas tree there, and I tried to find it in Street View. But no such luck. But I found these decorations, which are like arguably a bit more difficult to spot. Like obviously because it is the middle of summer, it's not that easy to tell that this is Christmas themed, but yeah, you have the decorations there, and then Australia, I think, should be relatively gettable here. We have some signage, we have some buildings. It's the middle of summer and they celebrate Christmas. So yeah, definitely very gettable, IMO. So that might just be like, I don't know exactly what Sydney street signs look like, but I guess that's what they look like. So if you know them, well, there you go. This is also Veliki Ustjuk. This is just Santa's home, or like Diet Marosa's home. Yeah, it also says like something Dieta Marosa there. It also says Veliki Ustjuk there. So, I mean, if you want a 5k it, there you go. But yeah, I was very lucky that that there's no road name on this road. Like, normally that kills every single location that you want to include in Geonections. Like, you have a road that you really want to have, and then there's like a massive label on Google Maps. And the rules say that there may not be any road labels. So we always have to pan the locations to the side or something like that, make them look kind of weird. But luckily, I was able to include those. Yeah, pretty cool location. You have the big Santa Claus there as well. And yeah, obviously Russia. Like, we have Russian signs and everything. And the language, and architecture, and plates, and trees, and, you know. Should be very gettable. This is the other one in Rovaniemi that I was talking about. Also, you have some Finnish language there. So, I mean, if you have any doubts about the country, I mean, there you go. Santa Claus, very obviously a Finnish word. And I guess this location also looks very similar to this one because it is exactly the same place. So, shouldn't be that hard to group. This is also Finland. Yeah, this is also Rovaniemi, actually. Like, I looked around Rovaniemi to see if there are some other, like, Christmas-themed attractions there. I didn't really find anything. I found the church. I thought that was, like, topical for Christmas. And I thought this was, like, really cool looking with the winter and, like, the setting sun or the rising sun. Like, I'm not really sure. I don't know what cardinal direction we're looking at. So I don't know if it's the rising sun. Maybe it might be the rising sun. I don't know. But I thought this was pretty cool, is my point. Right? Like, we don't need to see, like, a giant statue of Santa Claus in every single location. Like, after all, this is a Christian holiday, all right? Well, here's another giant-ass statue of Santa Claus. This is North Pole, Alaska. It says North Pole right there. I guess if you are aware of North Pole, Alaska, you might be able to figure out that this is there. I mean, should be very clearly US with that giant-ass truck. I think getting Alaska here is still relatively easy with the trees. But yeah, they have some kind of like Santa Claus themed shop, something. I don't really know what this is, but yeah, I don't know. Massive holiday themed shop in North Pole, Alaska. Pretty cool. Also, like, all of the roads in North Pole, Alaska are named after like Santa and the reindeers and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. Next one. Yeah, oh, well, that's it. All right, that's the puzzle. So I think US was the easy one, which is gonna be those three as well as this one, Santa Claus, Indiana. I'm gonna claim this as the US, and I would be correct. Maybe I should have solved it backwards, you know, because I have the ability. You know what? Let's do it. So Australia is going to be this and this and this and that, which is the expert one. I thought it had to be the expert one in case people are not aware of Christmas Island. And because this one is kind of unconventional, so I was thinking people are going to solve the other three, and then by process of eliminations, these ones are going to be left. So I guess this one just kind of has to be Australia then. But like, I can see people sending like Finland or US on this. Like, I think US is probably more likely. I mean, it's not super hilly, which would probably make sense for Finland, because Finland is not a mountainous country at all, but they have some hills. So I don't know. They definitely have ski resorts or ski resorts, I guess you would say, in Finland. And next, I think the hard one was probably Russia. Is that right? Maybe because of the Gen 2. Yeah, it was. Then I think Finland was the medium. Don't do that. And US was easy. Also, let me confirm where this was exactly. I think it was Idaho. Washington. Well, there you go. It is just Washington. I mean, close enough, right? Maybe it was just outside of Seattle. Like, I don't really remember what that was. But yeah, we can look at the daily challenge. I was actually thinking about recording this later in the day just to give more people a chance to play, but the issue is the sun sets at like 4 p.m. and the artificial lighting in my room is very poor. So I thought I might as well record this now. We're just gonna look at the locations and like review where people guessed, kind of like a Rainbow style video. Except there's no guessing from me. Also, like, I don't have the script that lets you select everyone. We don't need to look at this dumbass who guessed Antarctica every time, alright? Yeah, this one is just a set of Christmas-themed locations. It's very 25K-able. We see a bunch of, like, very high scores. Yeah, like, most people got 23K or more. And with most, I mean, like, 15 out of 29. But that's still more than half. So yeah, it's not a very difficult seed, right? Location number 1 was, of course, Christmas Island. Most people 5K'd it. I mean, I can show you the location. It was just a random road, right? Like, you don't really see the Google car, which is pretty cool, but you have the crab meta, I guess, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's very obviously Christmas Island. Like, if you've seen it once, driving on the left as well. There's a road name there that you can use to line it up. And then also, of course, like, the buildings are mapped, actually. You just need to look for this, like, super long building. And also the shop there is also on the map, I think. It is. Metro shop right there. So yeah, definitely very gettable. I mean, there's not that much civilization in Christmas Island, so very gettable. Even if you just plonk somewhere here, I think you still get 5K, I'm pretty sure. Next one, this was Natal. Most people recognize that it was Brazil. Not everyone got Natal, but there was a sign that had the name of the city on it. If you don't know, Natal just means Christmas in Portuguese. I'm probably butchering it. It's probably like Natal or something like that. Like, I don't know the phonetics of Portuguese, I have to admit. But yeah, I was clicking around Natal to find some location that was like possible to 5K and no moving. I clicked on a bunch of intersections, but like the important thing was to find something with road names visible, the city name visible somewhere, and also it had to be findable. Because like the issue with like massive cities is that even if you have like 2 road names, it's still gonna be impossible to find them just because there's a million roads. So this one I think is very gettable because it's like right next to the water, and like the road has like a distinct shape with this curve, and also I think you can see the roundabout in the east. Yeah, you can. So definitely very findable with the curve in the road and the roundabout, and also you have like some kind of directions. I'm not really sure how useful they are, but yeah, you do have the road names there, and it says Natal. So definitely very 5Kable. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people did. So congratulations to them. Yeah, most people just clicking Natal. Very understandable. Next one, Bethlehem, of course. Very topical. I've looked at some replays, and it looks like some people also scanned Nazareth first, which is very fair. Some people ended up clicking in Nazareth. Very topical. I mean, makes sense. That was a giant Palestinian flag, so I'm not really sure they would fly that in Israel. Also, we have quite a few people clicking Jordan because the Jordan and the Palestinian flags look very similar. Obviously, the Jordan flag has a star. It looks like someone was also border hedging, which is very based. But yeah, I think if you think about the theme, I think Bethlehem is definitely very gettable. There's also a sign here that's kind of hard to see. It says like State of Palestine, and then it says Bethlehem right there. It's kind of tricky to read. But yeah, it is there. It's just a bit hidden. And then the Church of Nativity is pointed out there, and that is very findable. Like even at like this zoom level, you can see it. Even at that zoom level, you can see it. So, I mean, you can also just click the Bethlehem label and you'll be close. But yeah, it's just downtown. Very findable. Someone just decided to shower at like 3 p.m. But, I mean, fair enough. I think you can hear that probably. But, I mean, we're going to wrap the video up very soon. Yeah, I think we have some Jerusalem guessers, which I guess is fair. A bunch of Armands. Makes sense. Just people randomly in Palestine. I guess the flag is there and it said State of Palestine. This was Santa Claus, Indiana, of course. It showed up again. This was just like a random road, but a lot of people got this one. I mean, you can tell it is a Christmas-themed place. If you look closely, it says Santa Claus, Indiana there. Spencer County, I guess, if you know it. We also have the flag of Indiana there, but obviously you can't really see it. Maybe you can see it better, like... I mean, that location is pretty good. This location is pretty good. Like, you can, if you know what the flag of Indiana looks like, you can tell it is Indiana. But yeah, I guess you just gotta know where Santa Claus, Indiana is. And it looks like not everyone knew that. We have lots of people 5K'ing this one. Like, what was the most 5K location? It might have been Christmas Island. Might have been this one, honestly. It looks like lots of people got it. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely much more people than the Palestine or the... What was round 2? The Brazil, yeah. Which makes sense because I think the Brazil was still kind of hard just because it's a big city. But yeah, it looks like we had some people that figured out it was Indiana and they just couldn't find it, which is very fair. And also some region guesses. Makes sense. One person in Canada, it's okay. And last one was Sint Nicholas, Belgium. Of course, St. Nicholas or St. Nicholas is the person that ultimately became Santa Claus in America. But yeah, this guy is the origin. Town's named after him. You have directions. Like, I don't think it says St. Nicholas anywhere here. Maybe if you look very closely, but I didn't see anything. But you have directions. You have road numbers and directions. You have the 403 there. You have like the E17 to Antwerp pointed out there. You have Ghent pointed out the other way. So I guess if you look for the E17 and the N403, you can find it. And I think the N403 is definitely very findable. Like, you can see it at the zoom level there. Like, it's right there. Just gotta find the E17 and the 403, and then you can find the intersection. And like, we're right like under the bridge on a divided road. So definitely pretty findable. And it looks like lots of people got this one, which is pretty cool. Also like the railroad there, yeah. Definitely very findable. So yeah, pretty cool. I made another Christmas themed challenge that I think got accepted, so maybe we'll see that tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, GG's to everyone who played. And I will see you guys tomorrow.